As Ukraine fired US-supplied long-range missiles into Russia, and Vladimir Putin responded by officially lowering the country's threshold for using nuclear weapons, this morning at the Vatican, Pope Francis met with the wife of Ukrainian President Zelensky, First Lady Olena Zelenska. She sat in the front row of the weekly general audience where Pope Francis acknowledged that 1,000 days have now passed since the war in Ukraine started, which he said was a tragic milestone for the victims and for the destruction it has caused. He said that this war was a shameful tragedy for all of humanity. The Pope went on to read a letter he had received from a Ukrainian university student, in which the young man said he had witnessed too much death in his life and that he was living in a city where missiles kill and injure dozens of people. He said it was hard to see so many tears. Pope Francis encouraged people to remain with the Ukrainian people and to pray for peace. After the Pope had spoken, the Ukrainian First Lady approached the platform in the middle of St. Peter's Square to greet the Pontiff. But the pair had already met privately inside the Apostolic Palace earlier that morning. They had a private conversation that lasted around 30 minutes where they exchanged gifts. This evening in Rome at 5 p.m. local time, a special Mass for Peace was held at the Basilica of Santa Maria in Trastevere, which was celebrated by Cardinal Matteo Zuppi. Attended by the Ukrainian First Lady and Ukrainian Ambassador to the Holy See, Cardinal Zuppi in his homily said that not only was the death and physical destruction enormous, but also the spiritual suffering too. He said that this was a suffering which would last forever. But he encouraged people in what he called the dark night to look for the light and an end to the war. He said that working for peace was wise and not weak. He also said that stopping was not losing. He called for, quote, an end to the madness and a commitment to lasting peace, but he insisted that the Church would not abandon the Ukrainian people. This Mass comes at a time of increasing tensions between Russia and Ukraine, with many around the world worried that this war could escalate even further. In Rome, Colm Flynn, EWTN News Nightly.